So how much did I make mining GRIN over the last 6 months? Well, you'll find out in this video. Welcome. Today I'm going to give you an update on my 3 iPollo G1 mini miners. I covered this miner in one of the first videos of my channel. I'll link that video in the info section below if you'd like to check it out. So as some background, there are actually 2 different cryptocurrencies you can choose from to mine with this miner. They are GRIN and the MimbleWimbleCoin. I compared the profitability of mining each of these to determine which is more profitable. We'll also look at some of the pros and cons I've found with this miner so far. I'll review where you can purchase this miner. And finally, I'll give you my recommendation on if this is a miner that is still worth purchasing. If you enjoy these type of miner reviews, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help promote the channel. And as always, for disclosure purposes, this video is for entertainment purposes and this is not financial advice. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started. All right, as some background, here is the cryptocurrency GRIN on the website coinmarketcap.com. It's currently trading for just over 7.4 cents per coin. It does have a market cap of 7.3 million, so it is a very small coin. You can see it's ranked number 834 in terms of coin market cap. You can see here's the chart of GRIN over the past 2 years. You can see the coin is down considerably from some of the highs we saw in 2020, where we saw the coin shoot over $1.20, and it's been a steady downhill ride with the rest of the cryptocurrency market falling here in 2022. All right, let's look at the 6-month profitability results for my 3 iPollo G1 minis. So total to date over the past 6 months, my 3 miners have mined 4,912 GRIN. So this is based on my 2 miners pool information. Currently, the price of GRIN is just over 7.4 cents per coin. So we have a gross profit of $363. We're estimating electric expense at 12 cents per kilowatt hour. It's 120 watts per miner. So we're estimating over the past 6 months, I've had $189 in electric expense for a net profit of $174. Now, I purchased my miners in December of 2021. At that time, the price per miner was $689 per miner, and I bought 3 miners, so my total purchase cost was $2,067. Currently today, you can purchase these same miners from nhash.net. We'll go over to their website shortly for $299. So currently what I'm seeing is a current profit per day per unit of 32 cents. This is a net profit per day after your electric expense. So your current break-even days based on a $299 purchase price and a 32-cent net profit is 929 days. And that really is in line with a lot of the other miners we're currently seeing out there today in terms of your break-even days being somewhere between 600 and 900 days. So I don't think that 929 days is anything too extreme at this point, especially since many cryptocurrencies are very depressed in value at the moment. So my next question would be, what would this analysis look like if GRIN were to hit its highs that it saw in its last bull market? So the highs of the last bull market were from April 10th, 2021, where we saw a GRIN price of just over $1.26. If we were to see that in this scenario, we'd see a net profit currently after 6 months of $6,000. And you'd see a break-even day for each miner of 27 days. So I think this really shows us that if we were to see another bull run in the cryptocurrency market and in GRIN, this could potentially be quite lucrative if we were to see the price appreciate substantially. Now, just a caveat, this is a very hypothetical analysis. I'm not saying that GRIN is going to go back to all-time highs anytime soon. Personally, I'll be holding my GRIN for the foreseeable future. I don't find it very lucrative to try to sell GRIN at these prices. And if we were to see these prices again that we saw in the last bull market, it would make these miners extremely lucrative. The next analysis I wanted to do was compare GRIN versus the MimbleWimbleCoin, which is the other cryptocurrency that you could bind with the iPollo G1 Mini. I had a subscriber who commented that the MimbleWimbleCoin was potentially more profitable, so I wanted to dig into this to see if that was true. Let's look at my analysis. All right, here's the short analysis I put together comparing GRIN versus the MimbleWimbleCoin. The source is from 2miners.com. So you can see GRIN has a much larger pool hash rate compared to the MimbleWimbleCoin. We're also seeing about 10 times as many miners and workers mining GRIN versus the MimbleWimbleCoin. The network hash rate is about 5 times as much. Network difficulty is much higher for GRIN. We have a much higher aspect of luck versus the MimbleWimbleCoin. You can see here is the last 24 hours paid for these coins. GRIN is a much larger pool in terms of the number of miners mining, as well as the amount paid. You can see the coin market cap for MimbleWimbleCoin is actually quite a bit higher than GRIN, coming in at almost 3 times the market cap of GRIN. So when I'm saying you can mine either GRIN or the MimbleWimbleCoin, there's actually 2 separate algorithms that you choose from. Either the Cockatoo 32 algorithm, which mines GRIN, or the Cockatoo 31 algorithm, which mines the MimbleWimbleCoin. And you can see the hash rate between the two are quite different between them, and that can have a drastic impact on the analysis. So we can see it's a 1.2 gigahash per second for the GRIN algorithm and a 4.2 gigahash per second with the MimbleWimbleCoin. So if we input those hash rates into this analysis, you can see that GRIN currently is slightly more profitable to mine versus the MimbleWimbleCoin, but the difference is quite negligible. We're talking a difference of looks like about 5% here between mining these two. Thank you for your comments and questions on the MimbleWimbleCoin. I wouldn't have done that analysis without the inquiries that I got. Given the close proximity and profitability between the MimbleWimbleCoin and GRIN, I will be switching one of my miners to the MimbleWimbleCoin shortly, and I'll provide an update here in the next month or so on the profitability I see. All right, let's briefly go over some of the pros and cons I see with the iPollo G1 Mini. First for pros is price. We have seen the price of this miner reduced considerably versus late last year. When I first started looking at this miner, it was going for $849, and we've seen a steady decrease in the price of this miner as the profitability of the miner has been reduced. But at $299, it is a very low price point. Second for pros is ease of use. I have never had issues with this miner going offline. It has literally been online consecutively for 6 months since I turned it on. I can't say the same for a lot of the other miners I have, where I constantly have issues where I need to reset them, or they go on and offline or disconnect from pools. So I've been very happy in terms of how easy it is to maintain and use this miner. It also is very low power. It only uses 120 watts, so it can be plugged into a traditional US 120 volt outlet. And it makes very little noise, and it produces very little heat, which you like to see in a mini miner like this. Third for pros is the mining pool. I've been very happy with twominers.com. They do have an alert notification system in the event that your miners do go offline, and it's been very easy to track the profitability and the hash rate for my miners using the pool. And then finally for pros is the potential upside with this miner. With GRIN being down almost 95% from its all-time highs, I think there's considerable potential upside here if we were to see a rally in altcoins or GRIN specifically in a bull market. So personally, I'll be waiting for the next bull market to unload any GRIN coins that I mine here. All right, next let's go over some of the cons I see with the iPollo G1 Mini. First, this is a very speculative coin in GRIN. It is number 834 currently on CoinMarketCap, and I really do have my doubts if GRIN is going to see any mass adoption or utility in the near future that would cause it to rise substantially in ranks in terms of the ranking of coins and market cap. All right, next for cons is the GRIN++ wallet. This is the wallet I use to hold my GRIN when I transfer them from 2 miners. The thing with this wallet is it needs to be open in order to receive coins. And every time you close it, it needs to resync with the GRIN's blockchain, and it can take several hours to resync. So it is kind of a nuisance to have basically a desktop app that needs to be always open in terms of being able to receive your rewards. Now, historically, what I've done is I'll open up my GRIN wallet once or twice a month and keep it open for a couple hours, and basically I'll get rewarded all the GRIN rewards that have accumulated over that 1 or 2 week time period. All right, next for cons is the minimal current profitability of these miners. Currently, each miner is making a net profit after electric of about 32 cents per day for me. Based on my calculations, GRIN would need to fall about another 47% from current levels for this miner to actually be net unprofitable when you take into account electricity. So we do have some cushion here where we could see GRIN still continue to decrease in price, and this miner would still be profitable. But compared to where we were 3 months or 6 months ago, or even 12 months ago, this miner is much less profitable than it once was. And finally, for potential con is liquidity. There aren't any substantial exchanges that have a lot of GRIN currently being traded. So you'd have to essentially sign up for one of the smaller exchanges in order to move your GRIN from your personal wallet onto exchange to sell it for another cryptocurrency. I did try to sell some of my GRIN as a test using KuCoin earlier today, but I got an error on KuCoin saying the node was currently under maintenance, so I'm not currently able to sell my GRIN on KuCoin. So I may try a couple other exchanges here in the near future and see if I can exchange my GRIN for a different cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. I purchased my iPollo G1 Mini from nhash.net. I purchased it back in December of 2021. When I purchased it, the price was substantially higher than we are currently seeing today. You can see currently the price is at $299 and it is in stock. I will link this in the info section below if you're interested in purchasing this miner. So like most other cryptocurrency mining projects right now, the iPollo G1 Mini is down considerably in terms of profitability due to this bear market. Now it is still profitable to mine, and I can't say the same for all of my miners. I did a previous video where I actually had to shut off some of my miners because they became unprofitable. I'll link that video in the description below. I will be watching the price of the iPollo G1 Mini closely over the next couple months. If we do see a further reduction in the sales price for this miner, I may actually pick up a couple more as a potentially low risk speculative bet. Are you considering buying one of these miners? Why or why not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you made it here to the end, remember to like and subscribe. You can check out one of my other videos here. Thanks for watching and goodbye.